sango sang Gambia muslimol ka kafu muslim tumala melbe dunia kono pour kata hijola Makka ni Medina pour que la islam tunkun lulu njango timmande ñinan sangola Gambia no me yalon ko ikata hijola ni lafta ini la kafuñol ani baadiŋol si kari kafuñoma telefonola ni be Saudi Arabia ise la kisel postpaid wala prepaid sim card sambañola kisel be duwalali alieta aliena Cairo.
Make a sensation with XXL. Do sensuality with XXL. Get concentration with XXL. Go party with XXL. Great performance with XXL. Seduction with XXL. Get endurance with XXL. More vitality with XXL. High energy with XXL. Show your power with XXL.
Produced by Banjul Breweries Limited. Special offer $20.
Watching Weekend Spectrum, a program that spices up your weekend with news-breaking events in and outside the Gambia. I am Ibrahim Balde. Coming up in the next half hour, as the rainy season reaches its climax, we'll report on how farming around the country dovetails with national development programs. The United Nations in Perspective, Weekend Spectrum takes a closer look at the history of one of the world's most influential institutions. And ever heard of a black box? This week, Weekend Spectrum dig deep into some technical aspects of aviation you may find amazing. We'll be right back after this. Thanks for joining us. Many years ago, Gambian women used to complain about inadequate agricultural land to till the soil and practice agriculture in a patriarchal society such as ours. However, with the Back to the Land clarion call initiated by the President, His Excellency Sir Professor Alhaji Dr. A.J.J. Jame, since assuming office some years back, this development prompted several youths to engage in agricultural productivity. This report takes a closer look at some of the challenges that had dogged women farmers in the past.
It's the rainy season in the Gambia, a time when food stocks are normally low. While the men work in the more fertile upland areas, the women here farm rice, usually on very unproductive, degraded land.
In this place, nothing used to grow. Water only accumulated here for short periods. Even the weeds didn't grow well here.
As the fourth wife of an elderly man, our Jana is the main provider for his 6 children. And she says that it's women who often bear the responsibility for feeding their families.
We are responsible for the household's basic necessities, like food, school fees, and clothing. That's why when women don't have money, it's always a problem.
But this year, she has nothing to worry about. Unlike many others in the country, she is still feeding her family with last year's harvest, and she's also selling the excess. This is all due to a very simple technology. A number of dikes and spillways like this one have been built here, and they now retain the water that used to flow away, making the land far more productive. They were built by a government project that reclaims and develops degraded land to use for agriculture. Nearby, they are also turning swampland into farmland. So far, more than 34,000 hectares have been reclaimed. Funded by IFAD, the UN agency tasked with eradicating rural poverty, the aim is to increase the production of food and people's incomes. And to do this, says the organization's country program manager, Moses Abukari, women must have access to productive land.
The productive land is being utilized by the men. Women don't have any area to farm. So we realize that with simple technology it's possible to support the country to get more land, and then the women can produce rice, because rice is a stable food in the country.
But it's not enough for women to just have access to arable land. They also need the funds to develop and expand their production. But commercial banks are reluctant to invest in rural areas.
The commercial bank, one of the reasons that they have said they don't want to go to the rural areas is the high risk of agriculture, because it's seen that agriculture is highly seasonal and there's high risk.
So IFAD supports local village savings and credit associations, which are run by the farmers themselves. Mama Cisse was the fourth person to join her local association, and there are now more than 2,000 members. After regularly depositing her savings, she became eligible for a loan. With her loans, Mama has doubled the size of her land and has bought a donkey and cart to help her transport her increased yields. Not long ago, Mama battled to grow enough food to feed her children. Now she has more than they need.
Now anytime my family comes, there's food to serve them, even non-family members. I'm happy to serve anyone who comes to my house.
More than 80,000 people, like Mama and Awa, now benefit from farming on the reclaimed land. And as more women gain access to productive land and finances, more families will have food all year round.
Now time to take a break. Weekend Spectrum returns right after this.
Well, Somalia, Slovakia, Tajikistan and Syria, Austria, Andorra, Egypt, Angola, Algeria, Antigua, Poland, Portugal, Australia and Albania, Myanmar, Madagascar, San Marino, Mauritania, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Estonia, Malawi and Malaysia, Mozambique and Macedonia, Latvia and Lebanon, Barbados and Liberia, New Zealand, Nicaragua, Norway, Nigeria, Nigeria, Haiti, Fiji, Mali, Oman, Paraguay, Ukraine, United Arab Emirates, United Kingdom, Spain, Serbia, Croatia, Costa Rica and Korea, Micronesia, Indonesia, Czech Republic, St. Lucia, Dominica, Dominican Republic and Rwanda, North Korea, Tanzania, Yemen, Uruguay, Uganda, Sudan, Iran, Japan, Gabon, Guyana, Russia, Ghana, Bahrain, Azerbaijan, Bhutan, Bolivia, Botswana. And Trinidad, Tobago, Togo, Turkey, China, Tonga, Montenegro, Malta, Monaco, Republic of the Congo, United Kingdom, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, Tuvalu and Mauritius and Morocco, East Timor, Sao Tome and Principe, Burundi, Chile, Italy, Djibouti and Jamaica, Jordan, Germany and Hungary, Mongolia, Cambodia, Bulgaria, Namibia, Palau and Laos, Liechtenstein and Luxembourg and Libya, Guinea, Papua New Guinea, Guinea-Bissau and Gambia, Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Belarus, Brazil and Zambia, Ecuador and Equatorial Guinea and El Salvador, Sri Lanka, Sweden, Switzerland and Suriname and Singapore. Plus, Tunisia, Thailand, Cameroon, Qatar, Kuwait, and Canada, Grenada, Guatemala, Cuba, Comoros, and Panama, South Africa, Samoa, Czech, St. Vincent, Vietnam, Benin, Burkina Faso, and Brunei, Jerusalem, and Marshall Islands, Mexico, Moldova, and Maldives, Honduras, Argentina, Kiribati, Kittanida, Central Africa, the Netherlands, Nauru, and Slovenia, Ethiopia, Peru, and France, and Finland, and Armenia, Iceland, Israel, Ireland, Eritrea, Romania, Kenya, Cyprus, Swaziland, Iraq, and Lithuania, Bangladesh, Bahamas, Belgium, Bosnia, Belize, and Kyrgyzstan, and Kazakhstan, and Pakistan, and Greece, and Denmark, also Georgia, and Seychelles, and Senegal, Colombia, the Solomons, the Philippines, Nepal, Congo, Saudi Arabia, Lesotho, Vanuatu. Though I could name the capitals, perhaps it's better not to.
Welcome back to Weekend Spectrum. It is no doubt the world's most influential organization. However, not many people know the history of this great institution. We are talking about the history of the United Nations, headquartered in New York in the United States.
In August of 1944, a group of men from a dozen nations met in the cool California summer to discuss plans for the formation of an organization to promote peace and cooperation in a world that was currently consumed in a brutal world war. When those dozen men left at the end of the month of October, they had drawn up plans for an international organization that would forever alter the global community's understanding of rights and responsibilities. That organization would be the United Nations. The United Nations